Hello, fight fans. So, we're once again in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now we're going to look at more of the floor-based stuff, you know, the cuddling that we do on the floor. You know, if that was just me, I'd just stand up. So, well, it's Jiu-Jitsu. But we're going to look at close guard. Close guard is one of the main go-tos for a lot of beginners because it's a very good way to control your opponent, and you're also locking them in position, so it's kind of low risk compared to like open guard or even half guard. I know a lot of the guys prefer playing open guards and half guards, but close guard should be your fail safe, especially in jiu-jitsu, especially if you're looking to translate to MMA, because close guard is king for bomb positions because you have a lot more control. So we're going to look at three main attacks from close guard for submissions. We're going to look at the triangle choke, the armbar, and the Kimura. Three of the main submissions that we're going to look at, okay, because these can be translated into our no-gi as well. We also do have cross collar chokes, but I'm going to do them at a later date. I'm going to do a load of the gi chokes at a later date. I'm going to focus more on the main submissions to start. I'm going to do from both sides so you can see. So close guard, where I've got my legs wrapped around his waist. Jamie's doing a good thing here. He's keeping a good posture. That is what Jamie wants to do. So we're going to look at a very basic armbar. Okay, so I'm going to hold a sleeve grip, sorry. I'm going to reach across to the far tricep here. Now, I want to get his elbow down onto my belly button. So we're going to go here. Now, what I do, I don't just pull his arm across because he'll resist. What I do, I bridge my hip. As I bridge my hip, as I bring my hip down, that's when I move his arm. Because what happens is, I bridge, and then I let go, and then as his arm comes off my body momentarily, because my hip's coming up and down. So I go here, here. Now, straight away, I don't want him to pull his elbow back, so I block his shoulder nice and high on his thing, so we can't pull his arm back. I'm going to reach my left arm across, under his chin, to his far shoulder. I'm going to pull. I know you can't really see this at the moment, but I'm going to turn around the other way in a second. I'm going to kick my other leg up to his armpit. As I kick, I angle out to the side. Now, his arm should be across my body straight here. Still keeping my foot on his hip to keep that locked in. This foot's clamping on his head. My other arm now is going to keep his face away. I'm going to lock. Now, this is the really important bit here. My heel goes towards the ground and my toes point up. So I don't want him lifting his head up. Try it? No. Now, if I lock my feet, which a lot of people do, Jamie can lift his head up and he can pull his arm out and stack me. I don't want that to happen. To avoid the stack, we angle our foot down. That controls his posture. Now, all I'm going to do here, I pinch my knees, I grab his wrists, his thumb must point up to the ceiling, I bridge, and I go for my armbar. Okay? So let's turn around the other way. I do the same side arm. So we're going to grab the wrist, the sleeve, I'm going to reach across to his tricep to here. Bridge, arm comes across. Foot comes up to his shoulder here. That's blocking his arm from coming back. The arm comes across to his shoulder. I want to pull this down. Leg hits up, so I do this and angle. See the angle I'm at now? His arm is across my body. Turn, foot down to the ceiling, arm. I've got the armbar. Very, very basic day one armbar attempt. Okay, so I'll do it square on now, so you can see Jamie, square on position. Go here. Can you see the camera, Jamie?
Yes.
Be square. Perfect. So look, grab the arm, grab the tricep, bridge to here. Foot comes to the shoulder and it blocks. Arm comes across, pull down. Other leg swings across, I turn out the angle. This is important. The angle is so important here because it's what gets his arm straight. It's what's going to get me the armbar. Leg comes across, clamp, pinch, armbar. Okay? So what we're going to look at now, we're going to look at a real basic drill, but it's also the way finish mechanics for a triangle. We'll look at a pop-up triangle, okay? A pop-up triangle is one of those techniques where it does work. Don't get me wrong, it does work, but against the higher levels, people are more aware to it. We use it more as a warm-up drill in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm going to show you the warm-up drill first that you can practice at home, and then I'm going to show you the actual finish mechanics of the triangle choke itself, okay? So, we'll be here. On this side first. We'll do it the same way we did the armbar. So, Jamie's got a high posture. This is really good. I'm going to control both his wrists. Woo! Now, I'm going to push and pull. So I'm going to go here, here. So it's really important that when I push one arm here, I'm not just doing nothing with his other arm because he's got a very high posture. I want to pull his arm. Notice when I pull his arm, his head comes down. Okay, so as I push and pull, I'm going to open my legs. My hips are going to come up to the ceiling. Now, look where his arm is. It's on the outside. I've swallowed his arm. His arm has been swallowed by my hips. This is really important. For the drill, I'm going to bring this arm across while my hips in the air. Then I'm going to bring my legs down. I'm going to put both hands on his head. So we'll go back the other way. I'm going to go push and pull. Hips up to the ceiling. Very important that you're not got lazy hips when you do this drill. I pull the arm across, head, pull down. If I don't, pull my hips up to the ceiling. There's a lot of space here, just get his arm through. Okay? When my hips go up to the ceiling, I'm going to go boom, there. Now there's no space for his arm to get through. So I'm here, and then we can start looking at going for our triangle. Same with the armbar, the angle is very important. When you think of a triangle, I want you to go triangle. Okay, the angle is key. So when I go over here, and here, and I've got his head, this is where we start going for our triangle. Both hands are on Jamie's head. The reason why one of Jamie's main escapes would be to posture his head up to the ceiling, and he would look to bring his posture all the way up and start to open my legs back up. No, don't stand up. Sit back in your heels. That's it there. That's where he's gonna get out. So when he tries to do that, and I'm here, try and do that now, Jamie. If I can control the head, it becomes very hard for him to do anything else. I'm gonna keep controlling the head. Now, the leg, that's over just his shoulder. Okay, this side is what we call the bolt. So I've got his arm in place. I'm gonna reach with my opposite hand and grab my own shin. I should still be able to point my toes up to the ceiling. My other foot now is gonna come to his hip. Well, I'm gonna angle my shoulder close to his hip here. Now I've cut in the angle there. My leg is going straight into his neck by the inside of my leg there. And it's gonna be a little uncomfortable for Jamie. This is the important bit now. I put my boot on, so I bring my knee up to the ceiling and I put my boot on here. I'm pointing both lots of toes up to the ceiling. I'm gonna pinch my knees together, and that's the triangle. You've also got wrist locks, arm bars, everything else. Let's move back a little bit. We'll go again. So let's go from that position where we've done the drill. We're here. I reach my far leg to my opposite leg here. That also makes it really hard for Jamie to posture up, but I still like to keep one hand on his head, just in case he's really athletic, really strong, or just had his wheat bix that morning, okay? My foot comes to his hip. Find a little crevice in his hip here. I'm then gonna push out, and I'm not trying to push myself away from Jamie, I'm trying to push myself around Jamie to here, okay? Now I'm gonna bring my knee up to my chest, I'm gonna put my boot on. Now I'm in my triangle position here. If you look at that, that's really tight. All I gotta do here is pinch my knees together. If that doesn't come on, I hug my knee, and that on. When I'm choking, I'm cutting off his arteries here. That's what brings the choke on, okay? If this arm isn't in place, his shoulder doesn't cut his artery. Like, don't get me wrong, you can still finish it here. But that took a lot more effort compared to there, okay? It's just about the space, okay? You gotta think about where there's spaces. If there's spaces, there's breathing room. I want no space. That's where I'm gonna finish the triangle. We'll do this side. Now, as you can see, Jamie's postured really well on me. I wanna get his hands from here to the mat. Now, if I bring my knees to my chest, Jamie will tend to stop himself from coming down with his arms. Now, Jamie, put your arms on your head now. Or we try and stop me without moving your arms. See how that happens. Now, Jamie's gonna do his best to stop that from happening. So obviously his arms are gonna be in play. So before I bring my knees to my chest, I'm gonna bring my hands underneath Jamie's arms here. Okay? Really easy thing to do. There's another way we can do this, and we'll show you in a second. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring my knees to my chest and square his arms out to here. Now, this is really important. I was doing a one-to-one the other day about setting this up, and what they were doing this. And they were bringing him really hard onto me. Look where Jamie's arms are. It's going to be really hard for me to get Kimura from this position, because then he has to kind of come back. So what I do, I want his hands to land about here. And the way I do that, I bring it out and I kind of block down towards his hips. So look, do this very slowly. See where his arms are? Now look, I've got his wrist. I'm gonna sit up. And I'm gonna hold his wrist, make sure my thumb is over. My arm is gonna loop. Now, my arm grabs onto my own wrist here. This is what we call a figure 4 grip. I wanna bring Jamie's wrist on top of my leg here. Okay? Now from here, look, I'm gonna shrimp my bum out and turn here. This is the angle that I'm gonna finish the Kimura at. It's a little hard for you guys to see it at the minute, okay? But I'm gonna show you when we square up. Now what I'm gonna bring my elbow down to the floor, I'm gonna push his wrist up his back, and I get to the tap. Okay, if Jamie sits up for a minute, look where his arm is. It's gonna be here when I do the tap, okay? I know that's not the correct position, but it's really hard for you to see on the angle of the camera, okay? I'm gonna try and do it the other way. So we're gonna go this side, and do the same thing. Go here. You might be able to see this better. So look here, I block, I sit up. I do let go of my guard when I sit up, simply because it's easier to sit up in this position using the momentum. I wrap my hand, connect a figure 4 grip, thumbs over the top. His wrist comes to this side. I shrimp my hip here. Perfect, you can see where we are now. Much better. My leg is blocked, so if Jamie tries to push his arm backwards, my leg's blocked. My elbow hits the mat, and I push his wrist up to his back. Now, please be careful when you do this, because it's very easy to break his shoulder from this position. Okay? He taps, he lets go. Okay? I don't want his arm to do this, because it's really hard to finish Kimura. I want it nice and tight towards his back. That's what's going to get the tap. So I'll go again from this position so you can see. Loop. Here. Shrimp. Here. Now I'm here in the Kimura. So that was our first video we managed to make earlier in the week on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the close guard attacks. Okay, if you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks guys.